Hello, hello, JChosen. How's it going today?
Oh, it's going well. Can't complain. Beautiful day.
I see. You
What,
look
ab-
like you
what
in
about?
a like it's really nice out. It is
Yeah,
nice out.
yeah, yeah. It is. How you doing though?
I'm good. I can go out and catch the little breeze as well, but it's not like
Oh
I
yeah.
can really go anywhere. So,
Right. It's all good though. But you can only
yeah.
do what you can right
What's
now.
up, superstar himself, the chosen
Ah,
one, the chosen
ah,
one?
That make me feel like that.
I mean, you are the chosen one. It's in your name. I mean,
Indeed,
it's right there.
indeed. Oh, I take that on. You know, I got that.
Yes, you
Just
definitely got that. So you
indeed.
want to let the world know, for those that aren't up to date on who Jay Chosen is,
Uh-huh.
you can sing, not sing,
Yeah,
sing. There's a
yeah.
difference, as they say.
Yeah, that's what they say I can do. So I just try to continue to prove people right.
Yeah, I know it's a continuation from, I know we had our IG live interview, but
Right, right,
you know, this is
right,
another side. And,
right,
I thank you for, the second part of the interview for those that didn't get a chance to see that IG live,
right,
that can only go
right.
but so far. But I want to know, we want to know
Uh-huh.
what's coming up next for Jay Chosen.
Oh
I mean, because
man.
I'm sure we got something new coming, we just don't
Oh,
know
definitely, definitely,
when,
definitely. We got.
where.
Let's listen. We have some things coming up. I'll just say this June, and it'll be announced very soon. But at the same time, I kind of want to keep it anonymous, but just know that it's gonna be June, and it's gonna be beautiful, and it's definitely gonna be for my R&B flavor to your ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just want to go straight into asking, like, how was it when you met some, other celebrities? I'm going to say other celebrities. Like, how was it? I know you love you some Joe. How was your
Yeah.
experience when you met Joe? That he's my favorite as well. So you're going to have to move over, you know.
I
You're
don't
going to
know,
have to move
man.
over. I'm
I
sorry.
don't know.
Like,
But no, like with me and Joe had a conversation over the phone, and it was like,
wait, well, hold up. Wait. You can't just say that like you didn't just say that.
what you mean?
You and Joe had a like. Wait,
Yeah,
y'all. What?
we had a convo.
Oh
I
wait,
got a I got
I
the
have to
pleasure.
come close for that and make sure I heard right.
Yeah, I got the pleasure to talk to him over the phone, and it was like a wild moment for me, and the knowledge and just the insight that he was giving me about the game, the industry,
Yeah,
um, being an R&B singer, and just how he came about with it, and how he still continued to be who he is. And it was a very, very,
was it like
very
a
it was,
humbling experience
oh
or?
yeah, yeah. It definitely was, because when you talking to someone of that caliber, man, you like, wow, like you still doing it. You have done it already, but you still
Right.
doing it, and being able to, like, to have a conversation with someone that pretty much, like, idolize you, like, it's amazing. And
Right.
to have that conversation, man, I was really honored to have a conversation with him, and just to get the knowledge that he was given. So it was a great conversation.
Okay. I need to let people know we're talking about the singer Joe. Okay, not
Yeah, the
Fat
singer Joe,
Joe.
not Fat Joe, but the
You
singer Joe.
know, sometimes you have to say that. Like, Fat Joe is Fat Joe. Joe is
Right,
Joe,
right.
the
No,
singer.
I get it. I totally get it. Because when I be telling people Joe, they be like, Fat Joe. I'm like, no, I said Joe, not Fat Joe. I said I,
Exactly.
I said it's a difference. And I said, if we talk about R&B people, we know Fat Joe don't sing. Come on, man.
Right. I
But
mean, these days you never know. You have the hip hop is singing and the singer is hip hopping. So
yeah, I don't get that. But
have you ever thought about tapping into hip hop?
no, strictly R&B, strictly me.
Strictly R&B. That's just what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. That's the roots, man, and that's where I come from, and that's what it is, and that's where I'm gonna stay.
Would
until
you
people under.
ever I know you did a lot of features. Would you feature more on like hip hop artist albums?
Oh yeah. I mean, like, see, features. That's no problem. I don't mind
Right.
featuring with hip hop artists because at the same time it gives a different vibe. It gives a different talent in a sense, and
Right.
it definitely give a different feel of music because you bringing hip hop and R&B together. So that's why when you hear the stations now they say hip hop and R&B. So I definitely would love to collab with more artists. So yeah.
Right. More artists like would it be that under the umbrella of like Celine Dion maybe? I know you met her.
Oh yeah, like if I could sing with Celine Dion, I
Mm.
think that would I think that would be golden.
Yeah,
I
that
think
would be.
that would be a highlight of JChosen's career to be able to be, well, now I know we can't do it now, but in the studio with Celine Dion and coming up and putting the ideas together and going back and forth with each other on a crazy love ballad. Oh man, yeah,
That would be.
that would be out of this world because
Mm.
I know I have to sit there. I have to show up with her, because she's gonna be Celine Dion, and I
Of
can only be
course.
JChosen, So I
Yeah.
would definitely have to show my singing abilities, and she's definitely gonna show hers because she's she's Celine Dion. That's the diva, man.
So I want to hear your experience. Like, what was it like, meeting others, other celebrities as well. What was it like opening for
Oh,
certain music groups as well? Other than,
oh,
I know we talked about Wyclef Jean was one,
yeah.
High Five.
I did an opening for Maya too.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love me
and that
some
was that was
Maya.
that was actually
It's all
pretty
about
cool.
me, me,
Yeah,
me, me.
she did a thing like, and to see her and hear her for a few years, she really did great. Like, even how people say, "Oh man, I don't believe they really can sing live." Like, she
But she
surprised a lot of
can.
people. Yeah, she surprised a lot of people, and like even with her dancing and everything. So it was pretty cool.
You can sing live too, obviously.
Oh yeah, but a lot of people hide behind, they hide behind the studio equipment, and because the studio equipment can make anybody sound good and and feel good about being an artist when that's not being an artist.
Right.
You have a lot of talented artists out here that could do crazy and phenomenal things in the studio and really show that live. But then again, you have the others that really can't. Because you got to think about when you have a rapper singing, then when they go live and do they song live, they don't sound nothing like that because now they live now.
Right. So
Because
how
I don't been to a few, just like even local concerts or local, performances, and you sitting there like, okay, the song is hot,
right.
but then how you just performed it is just like, I don't know.
How is it for you when you're in the studio? What does JChosen do when in the studio? Like, do you shut your phone off and just get in the zone? Do you have a routine when you're working in the studio? How is it
Honestly,
for you?
my routine is to come outside, breathe, because I know I'm about to tap into an element that I'm about to go into chosen world. In other words, I go into a whole nother a world, universe, whatever you want to call it. And then when I actually sit down and listen to tracks or listen to the track I'm about to work on, that's all I hear. I don't hear anything else. And I just kind of I freestyle to it more than anything because I feel like the freestyle is the real truth of what you want to talk about versus
That is true.
just making up a scenario. But if I sit there and freestyle something, that means that's what I felt the track was telling me.
So
So
you freestyle and then you write it and then do you make some changes, or is it like I
that
freestyle and
I,
this is what
I
I feel?
freestyle it. I actually record as I go. You
Okay.
know, I record as I go. So if I hear something and I like, if I don't like, say for instance, I have a line or a bar that I like, and I have a second bar that I don't like, I just delete that bar and continue on the
And
first bar that I
continue.
did. Yeah, because it's like kind of punching in, because that's just like it creates a different vibe. And then after I finish, I go and write it down so I won't forget what I've done. But most times I like recording straight off the bat, because I've done stuff in the studio to the point that I could say something or sing something and I forget it because it was a freestyle. And
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I get so frustrated with it. So therefore when I feel the track, I just turn it on and I hit record and just kind of go and flow with it.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, sometimes you can forget, like, oh man, I know I just said something real dope. And it's
Yep.
just like, how do you get that? Like, do you get it? Do you lose it sometimes and you like get so frustrated, like,
Man,
but you know
listen,
what?
I don't learn to the point now. I learned that now I just go and record it. Regardless how crazy it sound, how muffled, mumble, what don't matter. I just record it because I have said so many lines and so many things, and just like the beginning of writing, and I feel like the first line of the song captures your attention.
That is true. They always say, like, what, the first 2-3 seconds
yeah,
of
the
a
first line,
song?
yes,
That's
the
real
first line of,
short.
yeah, it's, but no, but the first two lines of the song, if it's saying something, you're gonna be like, okay, I want to listen to more. And I
That
always
is
look
true.
for those first two lines to capture my audience, my audience and stuff, to be like, hey, what did he say? Okay, I want to listen. I want to listen more to it, and that's how I
It
get people
sounds
to listen to the song. Yeah.
it sounds like you also may have some techniques of an engineer.
Oh yeah, it's like it's when you record it. I feel like that's another plus that comes with recording. You end up doing things that an engineer would do, and he's like,
Right.
wow, like, oh, I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah,
So,
it sounds like you grasp that as well. Like
oh
you could just
yeah,
go in the
you do.
studio and just handle things like, yo, I got this. I know
Yeah,
what to press. I know what to turn.
I know
We
what to
good.
do. Just yeah, yeah, and it's a lot of artists like that. They'll go in the studio by themselves and be like, I got it. Don't worry about it. Because now that I'm in here by myself, I don't have too many eyes looking at me of what I'm saying and what I'm, or judgment. Because no matter what you think and say, if I have 10 people in the studio with me and how I record, they may look at me funny how I record, but then again, they love my music. Like, well, how you came up with that? The same way you just kind of picked and joked and laughed at me how I came up with this song. So therefore, a lot of people like recording to themselves because that'll break your concentration too. Too many people in the studio. I love recording by myself because it puts me in a whole. It's like I'm on an island by myself.
Right. And you can be in there for as long as you
Oh
want,
man,
you in the
yeah,
zone,
man.
and that's it. Especially now during this time. Like
Oh
you
yeah,
can be in
just
that zone for as long as you want,
yeah, for
of
days.
course, depending on where you at, because some
Yeah.
studios, hourly
Oh yeah.
rate, you know how that goes.
Oh yeah. But
That's a
when
long, that's a long.
yeah, yeah, you got some people crushing those hourly those rates and stuff. But it's all good though.
Yeah.
I have my own little equipment. So I make
So,
do.
what can you tell us a little bit about maybe what you did before you started singing, or have you been singing pretty much your whole life? Because I know basketball was your thing.
Right.
And I know you had an injury.
Yeah.
I read that. I read up on that.
Right.
I googled you. You are
Oh.
Googleable, as I would say.
Oh,
And I
not
did read
Googleable.
that.
But yeah. Well, before singing, well, I kind of pretty much tapped into singing a long time ago, and I tapped into it early, like kid, a young kid. But when I started getting professional with it, it was after college because of the knee injuries and stuff. But my first goal and my first love was basketball, and that was my goal. That was my dream, to become a professional basketball player, to just to make music work at the end.
Right.
I was going to earn my money with basketball and turn back around and actually do music and use the earnings from basketball to help with music. So I was like, well,
So that's
because
how it
I was thinking,
balances. Okay.
I was thinking like it's only a few people that got away with that. Because if you think about it, everybody laughed and joked at Shaquille O'Neal, but he did it.
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal was in his prime, he was a triple threat. He did movies. He was a rapper. And then on top of that, he played basketball. And they tried to drill him for it. They tried to drill him for it
Of
because they was like,
course.
well, you need to focus on one thing, and that's how they did him. You need to focus on one thing and make one thing your profession. Now you trying to be on camera. So my whole thing was I was gonna try to do the same thing, but they didn't allow me to do it. And we here now.
Yeah, we here now with JChosen. That's the chosen one.
Oh yeah.
Hey, the chosen one. So I know you
Hey.
mentioned movies quickly. Do you see yourself acting?
Definitely. I do it. I do a little bit now. I do a little bit now. So I have it's a short film that's going to be coming out soon. It's called Pressure, and I actually got the lead role. So I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait to see that. Yeah, so I can't wait to see that.
Dang, a tear came out my eye real quick, like, whoa.
I say what?
I said my eye just started tearing up, like, oh, you got the lead role? Oh, so you can act. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do, what I can do when I can do it. And shout out to Chanel Red for that. She's the writer and storyteller, producer, CEO of Pressure. So that was pretty cool of her, and all the utmost respect that I have for her. Yeah, definitely.
That's dope. Pressure.
Yeah, Pressure.
Because we feeling the pressure. Is it more like, I know you can't really get into it, but is it more like how we're feeling the pressure of certain things, maybe like in the music in certain industries, or is it a specific industry or life?
It's a pressure. It's a pressure of relationship, commitment. It's pretty much this guy Ace. He's a single man trying to find his way in, and then in the mix of it, you tend to kind of play around a little bit too much, and things get a little put a little pressure on you about certain things, and then you have to really revisit life and think about what are you really doing.
Right.
So
right.
I just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be dope though. I can't wait for it to be released. And
I can't wait either. I hope you're posting it on your page so we know about it.
Oh yeah, definitely. We trying to make that thing go global too.
Yeah, that's JChosen music, y'all. JChosen music.
JChosen music, definitely.
So, speaking of music, right? So, because I was looking up things, and I'm sure you got your fans and supporters and people that want to bring up your music. I do understand you have JChosen now, but you also have JChosen with a Z.
Oh yeah, JChosen with a Z was when I first initially came out, because I thought it would be unique to have a Z versus the S, because I'm like, okay, well, everybody's gonna know, okay, JChosen. But then again, when I actually stepped foot with the voice, they was like, well, hey, it'd be easier for people to find you, because the first thing they think about chosen, they're gonna type in CHOSEN versus ZEN. And so I thought about it for a few days, and came to the realization of it, like that's a smart move. And then at the same time, I'm trying to, I like coaching, so and I like to hear what people have to say, and if these major people are telling me, hey man, it'd be easier for you, with social media and all these things, type of things like that, to do just to do it the normal way, so people will actually look you up, because nobody's gonna type in Z. And then when I thought about it, I was like, that's true. When I tell people, oh yeah, my name is JChosen, they're gonna be like, oh. And you even hear people say it differently, like JChosen. You put emphasis on the Z. And I was like, yeah, it's just JChosen. They was like, well, you know, and you know, and you come to the point like, okay, well, that makes sense. So that's
Yeah,
why, and that's what ended up happening because it made sense. So I was like, well, I don't want to confuse the people. So that's why you see some things that say JChosen with a Z, and then you see
gotcha.
the updated stuff that say JChosen with an S.
Right. I mean, I see JChosen with a Z. I see JChosen with an S.
So
Sometimes I see
so
JChosen separate. Sometimes
yeah,
JChosen
so
together.
yeah, but you know, to me, I have it honestly when it's JChosen, like to me, it's all together. JChosen, one word, JChosen versus a J space chosen. I wanted out, you know, it's how I write it is JChosen all together. Because
Gotcha.
I look at when people online, I just want them to type in JChosen and it comes up versus J space chosen. You know,
Gotcha.
I want it
That
as easy
explains
as
a lot.
possible. Yeah, I
See,
wanted
y'all
to easy.
heard that,
Yeah,
y'all. Y'all heard that here on Live with Taji. That explains a lot
yeah.
for y'all.
I want it easy as possible when people just go in and to be able to type one word JChosen. They're like, oh yeah, that comes right up.
Gotcha. Makes sense. So
Oh
let's
yeah.
talk about your, I know you got music out. You the
Mm-hmm.
one, stay
Yeah,
strong, blown
yeah,
away, Friday
yeah,
night.
yeah.
That everybody's gonna hear that after after this interview. So make sure
Okay.
y'all tune in after the interview. It's not really over because you're gonna hear more. You're gonna hear his
Right,
music, of course.
right.
JChosen's music.
Yeah, there you go.
So you the
JChosen music.
one, right? I know I say the one because I'm like, because that duh stands out. It makes you want to say the one. Yeah, you the
Yeah,
one.
exactly. You
The
the one.
one.
Yeah, it
So
goes,
you the
and
one.
then that's my country. That's my country talking country slang. So that's why I was like, you the one, like, cause we don't put emphasis on our syllables. Like we don't say all the syllables from down south. We just say, if I was with
Uh,
my peoples, that'd be like you the one versus you the one. Like no, you the one.
yeah, nobody
Yeah.
says,
So
yeah,
yeah, nobody's gonna say that. So I was like, just once again, it's almost like one word. You the one.
got you.
Yeah.
Now we know about you the one. Now what about stay strong? What it like? Because a lot of people need to stay strong, especially during this time. You
Right.
know, what's going on in the world right now. I'm
Right.
sure it's not
Right.
really easy for anyone, especially like yourself or even myself. It's not easy.
Right.
And I'm sure that would be like the perfect song for people to listen to. So can
Definitely.
you tell us
Definitely.
about Stay Strong? Are you
Stay
telling us
strong.
to stay strong?
Yeah, it's like, you know, and with every situation you come across, you know, you come across with death, you come across with, you know, different trauma and different dramas. So it's like, who can we listen to tell somebody to actually, hey man, you know, I know you're going through a tough time. I know it's hard. I know you may have lost someone close to you. I know you may have lost a loved one. I know you may have, you know, went through a bad breakup. I know you may have went through this, but at the same time, time heals all. But at the same time, as you going through your recovery stage, you have to stay strong because it's gonna be nights that you're gonna break down. But you gotta remember to stay strong at the end of it because it's always somebody watching you. You know what I mean?
That
So
is true.
it's always something like when people think, oh, I don't have nobody to watch me, it's always somebody watching. It's always somebody watching. So I just that's my motivation to the world. That's my motivation to everyone to just, it's gonna be tough, but even in your tough hours, man, you gotta stay strong.
Yeah, no matter what. And not
Yeah,
just during this time. In general, like stay strong through it all, whether it's
yeah,
work,
yeah.
play,
It don't matter what it is, everything that you
yeah,
go through. Like it could be road rage. Man, stay strong. It's all right. You gotta get there. It's anything. It's anything that we may overlook it because we're good in that area, but you may be struggling in that area to hang on. But at the same time, we'll all make do.
right. So I have a personal question.
Uh-huh.
I know you had dreads at one point. What made you decide to cut them off?
Because you grow up, you grow up and whatnot, and I didn't want to be out here as a singer with dreadlocks. I don't think that would look the par, like, yeah, you could. People always try to cross images, and I'm like, well, if I'm an R&B singer, no one is going to think about, besides the only person that did it was T-Pain, but nobody expected
T-Pain,
him. You know what I'm saying?
Maxwell had them for a while too.
He
But they
had them
were
for a
so
while,
different.
but yeah, but
And oh man, Maxi Priest. But he's
yep.
from like
Eric
way back.
Benet did too. Wow. Yeah, back Eric Benet had dreads too, but once again, they came into their grown man. They stepped into their grown man to like, hey man, like who am I with these dreads in my head? No offense to anyone that has dreads, anything like
Right,
that,
of
but
course.
it's just the whole point of when you sing it to a female, or you getting your point across, like you want to be clean, you want to let her know, hey, I'm about business, versus to like you think I'm a boy,
Right. Right.
so it just came about. Then at the time, it's a lot of maintenance keeping up hair like that too.
Yeah, I heard. And then the longer
Yeah.
they get, the heavier they get.
Yeah, and all it does is from the root, man. Some of them will fall out just because they get heavy.
Yeah,
So
that's
so
crazy.
definitely, but it was just time for a change. Time to kind of grow up and step into the JChosen world.
JChosen, yeah. So it seemed like
Yeah.
you went through, a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of growth.
Oh yeah. You
There's
go
nothing
through a
wrong
lot of
with that.
changes. Yeah, you go through a lot of changes with that. When I first started off, singing professionally, I had dreads. Then I think that didn't even last the first year of me singing it, and so and I cut them because I was like, well, I just feel like I could do more. I could have more looks with a clean cut and a nice
Just
cut.
release. You can sing freely.
Yeah, exactly. Versus to like all this hair making you sweat and all that good stuff. Then at the same time, you don't know what's in your hair at times. You don't know what's falling out your hair. It could be anything
He was like,
falling.
I'm done.
Yeah. So I had to get rid of it. Definitely.
Yeah, okay. The chosen one doing his thing.
Yeah.
We got some songs out. Everybody check out his music, of course. Apple
Right.
Music,
Definitely.
Google. Oh, actually, just Google him. Like, there's your answer.
JChosen, baby, I'm out there. I'm doing a little
I
something.
can't wait to hear more music, though.
It's coming. I promise you. It's coming. Next month, June, it's coming.
Next month, June. Y'all heard that, right?
It's
Next
coming.
month, June.
We going global with it.
Yes.
We going global.
They're hearing it right now, okay?
That's good. I hope they ready, and make sure you guys follow.
Is there
follow
a name?
all social sites.
Is it gonna be a surprise? I mean, is there like a name of the album? Or are you still working on it? Okay.
It's gonna be a surprise. It's gonna be a surprise.
I like surprises, but I hate about to say it. I'm like, I want to know.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way, but it's gonna be good though. I promise you.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
So we got movie coming soon. Well, film, right?
Yeah.
We got that coming soon. We got more music coming soon.
Oh yeah. Everything.
Anything else for JChosen that we need to know about?
Nah, but when everything comes out, I'll definitely let you know, so you could be the first one to know.
Yeah, and I'll post it as if you want me to.
No,
I ain't gonna post it. You be like, no, take it out.
No, if I'm gonna tell you something, that means you can post it. I'm not gonna never tell someone something that they can't post about or talk about.
That's dope.
Yeah.
JChosen, the chosen one.
You already know, baby.
Am I the only one others say that too, right? Because I like to have my own things. JChosen, the chosen one.
JChosen, the chosen one. Some people call me the chosen one, but that JChosen, the chosen one, I never heard it together.
That's
like
good.
that.
I like to have my own little thing. That's good. Definitely. Because clearly you chosen, it's your name, but
Hey, we're gonna keep rocking till the wheels fall off.
Yes, and JChosen chose to bring us some more music coming next month, June.
Definitely. This year's gonna be a real big surprise to a lot of people.
And I can't wait for that surprise.
I can't wait. Right, because we working hard, man. We working hard.
Yes, so I definitely want to end this. This was a nice, quick interview. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
I want to end this, of course, with saying thank you so much for your interest in Live with Taji on WEMS Radio. This was so dope. A great experience to have. You and your team are so cool and humble and all of that. I do know your Instagram, JChosen Music. Is that where you want everybody to follow you at?
Oh yeah. That's all my on social media. My social media platforms. Everything is JChosen Music and shoot, and that's how it's gonna be forever, unless I just change it to JChosen. But right now it's gonna be JChosen Music. And remember to choose wisely.
Choose wisely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
No doubt.
We'll
Thank
stay
you.
in touch.
All right, sounds good.
All right, have a good night.
How you too.
All right. Bye.
Some people search their whole life trying to find someone that makes your world spin. That special someone you seek could be right in front of you. You gotta open your eyes and open your mind when it's right. But then it hits you like a cocoa storm, taking over you, 'cause love has a way of doing what it do. Chills running down your spine, have you thinking about it all the time. See, I know this time around, love has a different feel for me. I'm so blown away. I'm so blown away. I'm so blown away by your love, so blown away. And in your eyes I see my future. It's like I'm looking in a crystal ball. You'll forever be a part of me. And this right here ain't make-believe. I know you were God made for me. And if we don't see eye to eye, or when I make another mistake, just know that I'm loving you, and it will be that way until my dying day. I'm so blown away. I'm so blown away. I'm so blown away by your love. I'm blown away. In the morning, noon, and night, she's all I ever need. Yeah. Oh, even when she's away from me, I can still smell her sweet scent, bring a smile over me. I can't even imagine how love could be without her here with me. I'm so blown away, yeah. Oh, I'm so blown away. I'm so blown away. I'm so blown away. I'm so blown away. Yeah. Baby, what you doing? Got me going crazy, how you making me feel? Baby, what's your secret? I promise if you kiss, girl, I won't tell. So tell me what's up. Baby, can we take our time and get it right? So you don't have to play shy. I wanna make you my day and night. 'Cause baby, you the one, girl. I'm tryna have fun, yeah. I hope you're ready for the night. Come on, let's take a ride, yeah. So baby, buckle up, and baby, hurry up. 'Cause I got what you want. If you got what I need, you the one for me, yeah. Oh yeah, you the one for me, yeah. Oh, you the one for me, you the one, you the one for me, yeah. Then you got me tripping. Baby girl, you the baddest, yeah. Then my babe dripping. Baby girl, you can have it, yeah. Whatever you want. Girl, it's yours. We talking cars to crib, whatever you feel. Let me show you how to live. 'Cause baby, you the one, girl. I'm tryna have fun, yeah. I hope you're ready for the night. Come on, let's take a ride, yeah. Baby, buckle up, and baby, hurry up. 'Cause I got what you want, and you got what I need, baby. Yeah. You the one for me. You the one for me. You the one for me. The mama got a bad little walk. It turn me on when she talk. She got a bad little walk. It turn me on when she talk. Yeah. I got a bag if you want. She get the bag what you want. Come get this bag if you want. Yeah. 'Cause you know, 'cause baby, you the one. I'm tryna have fun, yeah. I hope you're ready for the night. Come on, let's take a ride, yeah. So baby, buckle up, and baby, hurry up. 'Cause I got what you want, and I got what you need, baby. Yeah. Baby, you already know. You the one for me, yeah. You the one for me. See, we can never stay strong. Stay strong. Never. If never you, do it for your brother. Stay strong. We here, we in here. We salute. We salute. So high, so hard, oh hard. We come so far. Baby, the night is so cold. In a room so dark, and the light is so dim. It might cause others to crumble, but God has a plan for us, over us. Oh, and I tell you, His plan for us is to celebrate life. And all that is given to us.